Well, I remember talking to you in the spring, and you were very excited, had a big smile on your face about what was happening with the new defensive coordinator. Now that we're about to finish camp, what are you seeing? How's it working out?
Well, it's still the same big smiles. You know what I'm saying? Coach Salgado, he's really changed the pace of our defense and the communication and just how we playing a lot faster and just things like that. Like as far as my position and the front seven, we just allow us to be able to attack faster and go make plays faster than last season. So
Coach Des was saying yesterday, you got a really talented room with the Jacks. I mean, talk about the other guys and the talent that Ashley's in there and Trey and Jaden, some new guys. How's that working?
so yeah, we got a couple new guys in the spring, like Ashley and Jaden Duggar. They came in and I kind of brought them under my wing as being the oldest in the room. And they got to learn the playbook a little bit in the spring, but I think this summer is where we took it to another level. And we was all training together like at least twice a week. We had like boxing on the side. I'll bring them guys along. And I was just trying to redefine everyone's pass rush while also learning myself, like trying to expand our tools and moves and counters and stuff like that. But as far as going into fall camp, they really been showing out. Like Jaden Duggar, he's been flashing around the defense. Like he's making a name for himself pretty early. Ashley as well. He still has a little bit to refine, but he's definitely going to be a key player this season.
So what is it as simple as, for people who don't know all the technical football terms, is it going to be as simple as you're going to be able to, you feel like you're going to be able to hit the quarterback more this year? Or what is it that's going to, if we're going to say, man, Cam is playing great this year, like what is that going to mean?
Oh yeah, I feel as if I'm gonna be able to hit the quarterback a lot more. But even besides just hitting the quarterback, I feel like I took this offseason real personal, just trying to get my weight up, my strength, to be able to play the run and be able to shut off blocks and then also make efficient TFLs and tackles and be a factor outside of just the pass game and also in the run. But as far as getting after the quarterback, that's gonna be like non-question. That's no question for sure.
So is a lot of that just part of, is that going to be because you feel like y'all going to be able to stop the run better? Or is it also largely because Coach Delgado's got some tweaks to the scheme that is going to allow that to
I say a little bit of both, but leaning more towards the tweaks in the scheme that's benefited our position pretty much.
What about, I mean, you mentioned stopping the run earlier, like that was a problem last year, especially towards the end. What have you seen in camp that makes you think that's going to be less of a problem?
Just the fronts we've been in. We've been in a lot more four down instead of playing more all four in space. We're just making sure guys are coming down hills as far as like the middle linebackers like KC, Terrence Williams, and all of them. We've been harping on them coming downhill and the D line being decisive and shedding off blocks, and it's been pretty good as far as camp's been going. So I have good faith in that this season.
Talk about, like, now that it sounds like you're trying to be a leader. So from what you're describing here, does that make football more fun? Is it just more serious? Like, what about that role of not being the younger guy anymore, but being the leader? How's that play?
It kind of changes your perspective a little bit. You know, I came up from being a young guy in the room, looking up to the Dre Jones, the Chauncey Manax, and Tyler Guidry, and all the older guys. So going from a season, from being the younger guy in the room to being the oldest in a matter of a month or so, it kind of like forced me to grow up a little bit faster. To kind of they all looking at me since I'm now the number one in the room, and it kind of changed your perspective on how you gotta attack the day and the work. Because, you know, you got younger guys looking and you got to set a good example. So I'd say that's what changed my mindset the most.
And I'm sure you maybe talk more and have a better, closer relationship with the defensive coordinator, the new defensive coordinator. So tell me about him. And besides just scheme, what has he brought to y'all defense?
I feel like he brought a sense of professionalism, just knowing like he came from the NFL and bigger colleges, and just like his defense, the way he harps on certain things that each player, he tells everyone to do their job like every day. And he's always like saying big words that just mean, like, for example, he says conviction a lot. He says like mainly he says, my bad. He says a lot of the same things, but it like sticks with you, and it just seems like a more professional atmosphere when we inside of the unit meetings or just any meetings in general.
So the word last year we heard is communication, and I heard it a lot last year as a problem, and I'm hearing it from different people that it's going to be the solution this year. So, what's the key to that?
He's real big on communication. Like every day in the walkthrough, or if it's just individual periods, he's always harping on communication. No matter if it's a D lineman or a corner or a Mike linebacker or a safety, he's like, no matter where you at, communication is always going to be the biggest thing to help us out this season. So.